Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into the world of Beth Rylance. We've got Beth Rylance's podcast.pdf as our sort of main source here.
Right.
And our mission is pretty simple, just to give you a well-rounded snapshot of who she is.
Yeah, hit the key points, right? Life, career achievements.
Exactly. Think of it as your quick guide to, well, getting to know someone who's definitely making waves.
Exactly. And we're looking, beyond just the facts on paper, trying to understand the bigger picture.
What makes her journey stand out?
Yeah, and maybe what hints at where she might be going next.
Okay, so first question, who is Beth Rylance?
Well, the doc highlights her as a triple threat, basically.
Actress, writer, and comedian.
Right, and she co-hosts that podcast, Rules of Life.
Which suggests she's got a knack for connecting with an audience, doesn't it?
Definitely. But what's fascinating, I think, is the buzz around her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the document mentions she's trending, lots of people searching for her Wikipedia page.
Ah, right. But it doesn't exist yet.
No. Which, despite all that interest, kind of underscores she's really on the rise.
Makes you wonder what's driving that, doesn't it? A specific role. The podcast.
Could be anything, or maybe a combination.
And speaking of roles, she's got quite a diverse acting list here. School of Comedy back in 2009-2010.
A Plea for Grimsby in 2015.
Every Blank Ever, BBC Laugh Lessons.
Starting in sketch comedy, like School of Comedy, that probably gave her a great foundation,
For timing, yeah. Thinking on her feet.
Exactly. Which likely helps her acting and her writing.
That's a good point. That early sketch work could definitely hone those improv skills.
And maybe explains her versatility later on, crossing different kinds of comedy.
But then you see things like A Plea for Grimsby, which sounds more narrative.
Right. Shows a different side. Suggests she has range beyond just, pure comedy.
Okay, so let's dig into her background a little, yeah.
Sure. Born in North London, May 20, 1991.
So that makes her 33 in 2025. Taurus, if you're into that.
All right. And it seems like family played a pretty big role. Influence, but also some profound experiences.
Absolutely. Raised by her father, Mark Rylance.
He's an actor, yeah. Very well respected.
You'd have to assume growing up in that environment with him,
yeah,
that's got to have an impact.
A huge impact, surely. You wonder, was it active mentoring or just absorbing it all?
Good question. And there's also a really personal, quite tragic side to her early life.
Yeah, the document notes her mother, Jane Rylance, who was a teacher.
She died in a car accident when Beth was only 1 year old.
Yeah. Experiencing that kind of loss so young must have had a significant, effect.
Shaping her in the family in ways we can, only really guess at.
And the document also mentions her stepmother, Claire Van Kampen, passed away more recently, January 2025.
So quite a lot of personal loss there.
Indeed.
Yeah.
These details, sensitive as they are, they do give you a fuller picture of the context she's navigated.
Right. And just for the record, British nationality, white ethnicity, follows the Christian religion. That's all noted.
Right.
Moving to some more public info. Physical attributes. Around 5'4".
1.62 meters, yeah. And weighed about 114 pounds, or 52 kilos. Just the basic facts.
Basic facts that are out there.
And education.
It says higher level education in the UK. Doesn't specify where or what she studied, though.
Okay. But still, pursuing higher education alongside starting a career suggests a certain drive, maybe.
Yeah, a commitment to, broader learning.
Now, here's something many people following her will likely know about. Her relationship.
Ah, yes, with Brett Goldstein.
The British actor and comedian. They've been dating since September 2021.
That's quite the pairing, isn't it? Two very sharp comedic talents.
And they're pretty public about it.
Yeah, that confirmation at the Emmys back in September 21 was a big moment.
Yep, very visible. And they share pictures on social media, apparently.
Seems like they're comfortable being open about it. And the doc specifically says, enjoying the relationship, not married, not engaged.
Good to clarify. Okay, let's shift slightly. Finances. Right. The source estimates her net worth around $2 million.
Which, for someone working consistently in acting and writing for over a decade.
It really shows she's built a solid career, doesn't it? In a tough industry.
Absolutely. Primarily from acting and writing income. Seems she's earned a decent salary over the years.
Makes sense. That figure reflects that consistent work.
So let's properly track that career now. Starting with acting. Clearly a passion from childhood, right? Acting classes, theater.
Yeah, that early dedication really set the stage, you could say.
Pun intended.
Maybe. But it speaks to a long-term commitment.
Her debut, School of Comedy, That gave her that vital early screen time.
It's interesting how many successful comedians start in sketch shows like that.
Definitely. Then she built on it, right,
Yeah.
for Riley in 2011.
Mm-hmm. But maybe that role as Miss Tea Party in the Ministry of Curious Stuff? That seems like a bigger step.
Yeah, recurring role, 13 episodes from 2012. That lets you develop a character, become familiar to viewers.
Exactly. That kind of consistent part is great for stability, but also just for honing your craft over time.
And then the list just keeps going.
It's quite something. Instead of just rattling them all off, maybe we should look at the variety.
Good idea.
Right.
Because you see, A Plea for Grimsby, Cuffs in 2015, then Plebs in 16,
Jack and Dean of all trades, to Wendy who kicked me when I said I love you in 2017.
then a whole bunch in 2018. Every Blank Ever, Newscrack, Sick Note, Carry On Keep Calm, Antisocial Media.
Right.
Sideshow in 19, The Mandated Art across 2020-21.
Cheaters 22, Extraordinary and Good Omens in 23.
And even something called A Night Like This planned for 2025.
Phew. That list really shows adaptability, doesn't it? Willingness to try different things.
Absolutely. From out-and-out comedy to, well, probably more dramatic stuff in there, too. She's not boxing herself in.
No. And it's interesting how some projects, like School of Comedy, also link back to her writing.
Crucial point. Her writing credits School of Comedy way back in 2010, so she
Yeah.
was contributing creatively behind the camera early on. Right. Then Vloon in 2016, The Bee at It in 2021, which she also acted in.
And BBC Laugh Lessons, also 2021.
So doing both, performing and writing,
Right.
that points to a really well-rounded talent.
Yeah, and a deeper understanding of how it all works from different angles.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together. What we've learned about Beth Rylance from this deep dive.
Well, she's clearly a multi-talented British creative. Actress, writer, comedian.
Strong roots in comedy, but a really diverse acting resume.
Mm-hmm. Skilled in both performance and creation. Came from an artistic family background.
But definitely built her own successful career.
Yeah, and she's in this public relationship, seems happy, and that rising online interest.
Suggests people are really starting to pay attention.
Precisely. A multifaceted artist, significant body of work already, and still very active across different areas. Seems like her career is still very much evolving.
Dynamic is a good word for it. Which leads us to our final thought for you, the listener. Considering her journey so far, the acting, the writing, her background, those personal experiences, what kind of creative projects might she tackle next?
That's a good question. And maybe how will that interplay between her personal life and her work continue to shape the stories she tells?
Or the characters she plays?
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.